Press on this show do not necessarily reflect those of the Barbers Chat Network, our great partners at HNB Media, or any of our media peers. We're just five idiots who love sports and love to talk shit. If you're offended easily, then this show isn't for you. And for those of you who aren't offended easily, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Remember, it's only entertainment.
So cool.
Triple double hat trick, I know the code too. Ice trade, go for trade, yeah we cold too. Getting paper on these player haters, old news. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold. My agent just said we made 100 flat. Make it back and make it stack this like I'm Steven Jack. Put my rings up in the camera like I needed that. Up in the air and at the rim is where I meet them at.
Oh, there we go. We live now. We live. Everybody who is expecting a reasonable show today, you are not getting that. By the way, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to I'm not gonna hold you live reaction of the Justin Fields trade that just happened. Man, we got the whole gang here: Jr. Bang, Mikey, Dante, and we got my brother, co-host of 79th and Hallis, also co-founder of the Barbers Chat Network, Flows, in the building, man. Breaking news that just happened. I was sitting here chilling, enjoying my Saturday afternoon, watching American Fiction. Very good film. If you have not seen it, all the awards were necessary. And then I got a text. I have the group chat on mute during the weekends, but I had a text from somebody else who texted me and told me about this thing that went down with everything, man. But Justin Fields traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a 6th rounder in 2025, could be a 4th rounder in 2025, depending on whether or not he gets playing time. Now, according to the report, basically, it's not going to be a competition. It's not going to be a competition between Russell Wilson, the new quarterback, and between Justin Fields. This will be something where Justin Fields will be the backup this year, and basically he's gonna learn from a Super Bowl champion and Russell Wilson. Before I bring in the rest of my crew and gave us opinion, I want to put this out there first. I'm not. If you take my excitement as somebody who just wanted Justin out of here, I think you're very wrong. I've been a Justin Fields fan from the minute I saw him in Ohio State. My brother obviously was a fan longer because he's an Ohio State fan. I seen him, he's on QB1, and I cried tears of joy when they drafted him 3 years ago. But it just ran its course, man. But what I am happy about is shout out my man Big Waz from the Ringer. As we always said over these years of us being friends, there's nothing like being right. I love being right. I love being right more than a lot of things. And I was right. There's a lot of people out here.
Shut the hell up.
Nope. This is my show, nigga. Shut the fuck up. There's nobody. There's a lot of people in Bears Twitter who said, oh, Secret Hall is going to happen. Just be patient. Polls is working on the Secret Hall. It's delusion, man. It's delusion. The writing has been on the wall for such a long time that this was going to happen. When you saw, all the reports that came about, how the Bears enjoyed their little 10 minutes they had with Caleb Williams at the draft. At the combine, you have all these people coming in, giving their opinions and saying, basically, this one is a wrap. All of you people on Bears Twitter question the media. You question guys like Adam Schefter. You question guys like Ian Rappaport. You question people like Dan Arusini. Even locally, y'all question the good people with CHGO Sports. Y'all question Adam Hogue. Went in on guys like our guy Greg Braggs. You went on a lot of people because they weren't telling you shit that you wanted to hear when everybody knew that this shit was gonna happen. So I'm just gonna say all of this shut the fuck up next time. You don't know. That's fine. It's no problem with just being a fan. Just be a friend and mind your damn business and let the people who actually do their jobs. That's all I'm saying. There's a couple people I could call out right now. I'm not going to do that. I know one of my co-hosts probably won't do that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take the other role. And that's basically what it is. A lot of people were saying, oh, well, don't listen to the market. You know, at the end of the day, it came down to this. The league did not see Justin Fields the way that Bears fans did. Was part of it because Ryan Poles played his hand? Yeah, I do believe that was part of it. I believe that if he wouldn't have went up to the combine and, he was, filling himself saying we're going to do right by Justin, he might have got more for that. A team is not going to give you your asking price and not on top of that, pay him, which is basically picking up his fifth year option if they know that you're going to go another route. So if he wanted to get the highest bidder, I believe he should have went up there and did the same thing he did last year, and that's I got to be blown away. So you can say that that happened, but at the end of the day, man, it's a new era, and that's just how it is. So my thing is that we moving on with this thing. It's officially gonna be the Caleb Williams era, and that's pretty much what it is, man. I'm gonna bring the rest of the gang up in here. We got J.R. Bain, we got Mikey. We got Dante and we got my brother Flows. Dante, you look like you lost your best friend, man. I told you this was gonna happen yesterday.
Don't start this shit with me.
I told you this was gonna happen yesterday.
I knew it was gonna happen, and once Kenny Pickett got traded, we all pretty much said, yeah, he gonna get traded to Pittsburgh. But I'm not happy, bro. No matter how much I knew it was gonna happen, I still know what I said yesterday. Had they let him run it back, it would have been just fine. But it is what it is. They finna go get that guy. Hopefully they don't fuck it up. But knowing the Bears, we fuck things up, so we gonna see.
Okay, that's you be having a little bit anyway.
You know where this is going. Put the fucking camera on me. I've heard enough. You've talked enough. It's time for me to actually lay down the law. First off, I've been drinking a little bit, so just if I slur, just don't pay attention.
He got his summer shirt on. Got the summer colors on.
I've been out and about, been drinking. I say all that it's a necessary move because if you're Ryan Poles, your career always will rest upon the team you create. And the person with the most responsibility on the field for that is the quarterback. Justin Fields was not enough to keep your job if you're a general manager. If he didn't play his hand so early, didn't have an easy poker face, I'm pretty sure he could have got more. I always thought Justin was probably worth a third or a fourth. A sixth that could be a fourth, I guess, is fine, though I don't know how much playing time he'll get. It's not the greatest haul, but at the same time, when you're in a position where you have to get rid of him, because what's going to happen is you're getting Caleb Williams. There's no reason for Justin to be there. It's just a waste when you can get value back for him. So it kind of is what it is. I'm not going to sit up here and brag and say, well, we knew this was going to happen. I mean, there's a period where I truly wanted Justin to come back. And then as time age, I said, well, it's not going to happen. So let's look forward to the Caleb Williams show. Fans hope just, the way anybody hopes. Because I'm still a fan. I've been a fan my whole life. And you're going to always have hope that something's going to happen. However, the bottom line is, no, the league didn't view Justin the way that fans did. But I still think part of it came on Ryan Poles' shoulders by not putting it out there enough that there's a possibility that we're going to keep Justin. Or the whole, yeah, man, I have to be blown away. And so somebody starts saying, well, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. You kind of thought from the end of the season, like, yeah, they're probably going to get rid of Justin. So it's like, we have no shot at getting this. There's no reason to offer him anything. So all of that being said, I still think, and I truly believe that the Bears did Justin Fields super dirty because he was not given a proper chance to succeed. Look at his first year. He dealt with the fact that he's behind Andy Dalton, which he should have started from the get-go. Yeah, you got Andy Dalton, but they didn't know you'd get Justin Fields. But who gives a fuck? Just start playing him. That should have been it. And then he started playing with Mariano's and fucking Dominic's Grocers. And that's not successful for anybody. Then he had to deal with turnover after turnover of the coordinator position. And he just got his first real target this year in DJ Moore. Of course, DJ Moore had his best season as a pro. So it's unfortunate that he didn't get a chance to have a better and more consistent team and coaches around him. But that being said, that's just kind of what happens in the NFL. I feel sorry for him that he didn't get that chance, but he's going to a team that if led properly from the quarterback position, they could go to the playoffs pretty easily. And he's under a great coach, and he's behind a fucking future Hall of Famer. So I'm happy he's going to another position. But I think all Bears fans should understand that you don't root for the player, you root for the team. And if Ryan Poles gets it right with Caleb Williams, this franchise is being turned around because you already have two number one receivers. You have a good defense. They have to improve on the offensive line. But if that happens, and let's say the Bears make the playoffs, they get 10, 11 wins, they go maybe to the divisional, I'm pretty sure you'd be like, you know what, that's fine. Because at the end of the day, it is about the success of the Bears. So, Justin, I wish you the best. I've watched you since fucking Ohio State. I am a Buckeye. I've loved him my entire lives. I saw you grow. He played the game just the correct way. He put his nose down. He did the job. Always pleasant to talk to. I tried to always be the first question when I had with him, but at the end of the day, I don't think
he got fed up with some of your questions too.
he did, but I mean, I did ask the big question, is this game speed slow? And he's always kind of slow, and he got his ass grilled for that. But at the same time, man, this is the NFL, bro, and the fans should be rooting for the team, not necessarily the player. At the end of the day, man, it is what it is. Caleb is a fucking great player. He's a Heisman winner. He's a great player. I don't think anybody should look at this like, oh, man, you're about to get some ass. It's not like you're fucking drafting Bo Nix. You're going to get Caleb Williams. So you'll be fine. But I think it's remiss to not say that the Bears did right by Justin. No, they never gave him a proper chance to succeed. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. I'm excited for the Bears' future more than I am sad for Justin's future. I'm happy for the Bears' future because I truly believe this could be the makings of something special. And this isn't like that typical delusion that you had before Bears season. I think, wow, you actually slowed down. You did things the correct way. You didn't overspend. You kind of underspend, but you didn't just throw money out there, and you didn't just try to get every single person that was out there. You actually took your time, and I'm excited for what the future holds.
We're gonna go to Mikey, man. I know Mikey is out there, enjoying his weekend. Mikey, what's going on, brother? How you feeling?
I'm here, man. First off,
Pour out a little liquor.
we gonna we gonna pour out a love for my man Justin. It's unfortunate, but what can we do? I mean, I think we all have agreed that the Chicago Bears have they didn't do right by Justin. Um, and in the long term, obviously, in the duration of his time here with the club, from the moment they drafted him. And this goes above Justin. This is out of Justin's control. This still goes back to ownership. You allowed a lame duck operation in the GM and Ryan Pace and in Matt Nagy and the head coach to have input on who you were drafting. Thinking that you can draft this quarterback, you can move up, draft this quarterback, and get somebody like Andy Dalton to save their jobs, which was ridiculously short-sighted. It was clear from the moment that they went ahead and they threw him out on the field that they didn't have a game plan for him. And honestly, he might have not been ready. I think he might have not been ready. But we are such a quarterback starved city and fan base that we saw what he did in college and we saw the skill set and we said, fuck it, throw him out there. Um, and then from the moment that Ryan Poles came in, we discussed it the other day, but he stripped the team down. It's very hard. It's very, very hard to strip a team down and then tell the quarterback to still go be successful. I know people like to mention what CJ Stroud last year, but you have to realize, like Bang says, they went and added a Tank Dell. They had Nico Collins, Devin Singletary. Like they had pieces. Like they had legitimate starting caliber players on the field. We had Amir Smith Marset, Dante Pettis, Byron Pringle. I don't even know if that motherfucker's in the league now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Boo-boo.
so it's tough. I also think, when it comes down to the compensation aspect that, we've been talking about, a lot of people are not taking into account his contract status. He only has this year left. And if a team wants him, they have to go ahead and commit a substantial amount of money and $25 million for a 5th-year option. We have all polled each other on this show numerous amounts of times. At this point in time, would you give Justin Fields a 5th-year extension? And we have all have said no. We have all said that his play has not warranted a 5th-year option. So, yes, Sam Howell got moved for more draft capital, and so did Desmond Ritter. But you have to realize those players are still under contract for the last 2 years. When Trey Lance was moved last year, he was still under contract for last year and this year. Coming up, that's 2 years. So you have to go ahead and put that into perspective. Yes, I think Ryan Poles kind of overplayed his hand a bit with this if he was expecting more. But the contract situation is what it is. The question marks are there as far as his performance in the passing game and being able to grow. He hasn't made the steps in the passing game that many have, through 3 years. And like we said, there were a lot of things that contributed to that. There was some that was Justin's fault. There was some that were Luke Getsy's fault. Some that were Matt Eberflus's fault. Some that were Ryan Poe's fault. Some that were the ownership's fault. So personally, I think we all fell behind Justin because for all of us, this is the first time for us that we've had a modern day, minority at quarterback for the Chicago Bears. We know the landscape of the city and we know what comes with that. So being able to see somebody that dresses like us, somebody that has swag, somebody that's, a really good kid, for all the lumps and bruises he took, he never once snapped. He never once, look at what Kenny Pickett did. Kenny Pickett had the opportunity to compete with the Super Bowl champion and a future Hall of Famer, and he said, no, I don't want to. And they shipped his ass out. Justin has repeatedly taken his hits and his lumps and taken shit from the media, taking shit from the fans, taking shit from, opposing players, where opposing players have felt like the Bears coaching staff was sabotaging him. And he never once said anything except for that one time where he mentioned, he felt like coaching was getting in his head a little too much. So it's easy to see why fans outside of the performance, it's easy to see why fans have such an emotional investment with him. He's one of ours. He feels like one of us. He has everything stacked against him, and yet he still will go out there and try to perform and give his best. And that's the epitome of a Chicagoan. We're blue collar. We get up and we go to work, and it doesn't matter if we got to take the fucking CTA. It doesn't matter if we got to shovel our car. It doesn't matter if we got to Uber. It doesn't matter if we're working in a factory job or, a CPD, whatever. We gonna get up and we gonna make it happen. So Justin always did that. I think this is a perfect situation for him. I think he's going to a franchise that, that franchise, they don't go through the dysfunction that we go through. So let him learn, and he'll be on the field this year. He'll definitely will be on the field this year. Because of history showing us that anything Russ's play is up and down. They only owe him $1 million. And I think you got to see what you have in Justin. So it's tough, but like Flo said, this is probably the beginning of what might be the glory era for us as Chicago Bears fans. When you go and you get a Keenan Allen, when you have a DJ Moore, when you go and you get these guys and you're propping up who is the prospect that everybody is saying is one of the best over the last 10 years at the quarterback position. I mean, how could you not be excited? And if it was any other quarterback, we would be geeked that we were getting Caleb Williams. But the fact that
Yeah,
we
that's why I
have
don't
so much,
understand people act like somebody
the fact,
died. Right?
yeah, and it's just the fact that we have an
Scott, you
emotional
full of shit. I'm
attachment
sorry.
to Justin Fields. Nah, you good? Nah,
That nigga act like
he
somebody
knows what it
died, bro.
is. Like he knows. Hey, the Scott heel turn has been ridiculous over the last 8 weeks, but we gonna get into that.
I want to fucking win, dog. Like I don't like, and it's not even about Justin, bro. It's like, bro, like my whole thing is with people acting like
You're
they didn't
full
see
of
the shit
shit.
coming. Yeah, they didn't see. It was like a full ass train coming your way, and you acting surprised when it hit you. We saw it coming. We
Hey,
saw it
look, man.
coming.
First
Go
of
ahead, man.
all,
My fault. My
fir-
fault. Go ahead,
no,
man.
you good. First of all, they said that the sixth round pick would turn into a fourth round pick if Justin plays 51% of the plays next season. He, I,
That's a
I'm
chance.
gonna go. I'm gonna go on
Hey,
my "I told you" train just for the fact that I've been saying that he wasn't getting traded for a pick this year. Anyway, he was getting traded for a 2025 pick, and that's what happened. So that's one on that one. Number two is we all knew what was going to happen if this was not a successful season for the Bears. Not only did we not know that, who knew it first was Justin Fields. Because as I said on yesterday's show, the fact of the matter is they was not looking at the Bryce Young draft. They was not looking at the CJ Young draft. They was looking at the rich quarterback leading draft of 2024. And that's where we're at right now. As I also said yesterday, the Bears did not do right by Justin at all. But I also believe the first time in Chicago Bears history, they have learned from their mistakes. This is the first time I've ever seen a situation that this team has literally learned from the mistake of not putting the right pieces around the quarterback. And the crazy thing about it is we talking about Justin Fields. They didn't do it with Mitchell Trubisky either. So these are Mitchell Trubisky was the second pick in the NFL draft, and he did not get done right, even though he was tough. Justin Fields did not get done right,
What?
and he's going to Pittsburgh. But a number of things could be right at the same time. I don't think that the league saw Justin as a starting quarterback right now, but I also believe that they feel like he was somebody for the future, and that's why Pittsburgh was able to do what they did and have him learn under Russell Westbrook. That being said, it's time to stop crying over spilled milk.
Thank
It
you.
is what it is. We
Thank
about
you.
to get the light-skinned dude with no lining at the quarterback. And we got to learn to love it, all right?
He's not the salon.
He's not the
painted.
Scott,
say,
you're
wait, yeah, go
fucking
ahead, get your name.
shameless.
Hey, go
You
ahead.
damn right. I'm shameless. I want
Hey,
to win.
I'm about
Hey,
to slander Scott.
it is what it is at this point, y'all.
I
It
am
is.
shameless. I
Hey,
want to
it
win.
is what it is at this point right now, y'all. We got the number one pick, Caleb Williams. You could call him generational. You could call him not generational. At the end of the day, you're about to call him QB number one. And this QB number one, as I also said on yesterday's show, has more talent around him coming to the team than the last 5 quarterbacks picked number one. Period. He got Keenan Allen. He got DJ Moore. He got Cole Kmet. He got DeAndre Swift. He got Gerald Everett. The Bears got the 9th pick. I still want them to get a wide receiver, but if one don't slip at 9 because you're not trading up because you ain't got enough draft capital, maybe you do say, hey, I can upgrade at my left tackle position. The defense is the top 15 defense, and they've improved. They got young people on there, Kyler Gordon and Tyreek Stevenson. That's going to be way better than they was this year. Maybe them 3 techs that they tried to draft was going to be okay. The team was 7-10 in a minute and 30 seconds combined of being 10-7. With that being said, I still got hope. Y'all just got to stop talking about this team like they was 3-14 and earned the number one pick, because they didn't. They was a fairly decent team, and all he has to do is just tread water, and we're gonna be okay. I'm not predicting 400. I'm not predicting 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. I am not predicting single season records, because all he got to do is be average, and he'll break all the goddamn records we got in a single season. All he got to do is tread water, and we gonna be okay. All he got to do is
You're
be
full
Eric
of
Kramer,
shit, Scott.
and we good.
You're full of shit.
I'm not
I'm
full of
about to
shit.
slander Scott here, because Scott, you were the same person. You were the same person that said, "Nah, man, I don't want Caleb. I want to keep Justin." So all I want you to do is just have a little bit of empathy for the fans that feel that way, because
don't.
it is.
No.
No, fuck that. It's a rational feeling to make. Yes, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is winning, and if. And it doesn't matter if fucking Drake May became the quarterback and fucking took them to the Super Bowl. You would say, oh shit, as long as it happened. I think it's a good time to have a little bit of empathy with the fans. And what I never want to do is, because I'm in a position to cover the Bears, that I forget what it's like to not be in that position. And be in that
Talk that
position and
shit.
guess and think, oh man, I think they're gonna do this, I think they're gonna do that's the great part about being a fan. It's that you don't have to deal with those things. You can just talk about it. That's the fun part about being a fan. And I never want to get so far ahead of myself that I forget that. And I will never forget that, because there are plenty of things that I don't know. I'm still young on the beat. And so there are plenty of things I don't find out that I want to listen to or that I want to guess at. And all that being said is that, yes, I will say they did right by Mr. Trubisky. I don't give a shit what nobody said. Mr. Trubisky had a shit ton of weapons his entire career here. He
He
was just
did.
ass. And he had a great defense. He just sucked
The
dick.
defense,
Terrible.
yeah. On the offensive side, he had weapons.
He didn't have weapons. He fucking
What you
Anthony
talk
Miller, that
about?
first
That
year,
he
nigga, I
had
thought
he
he was
had
gonna be a
Allen
Pro Bowler.
Robinson.
Tariq was
He had
fucking great. Allen Robinson had his best years here. He was 1,000 yards.
1 year, and that's all he had. If we talking about Anthony Miller being a weapon, fam, he ain't been shit since he
was
left.
great his first
It
year.
tells you that why.
I was gonna say. So on a serious note, can somebody take Dante
Right.
car keys away?
Did-
Dante, you right over there?
My boy going through it.
That nigga over there
I'm decent,
standing
bro.
there looking out my
I'm
window.
on my way to the dispensary, man. Fuck this shit. I'm listening.
Nights are long and my days are cool because I don't
I'm
no
just saying,
love.
I
They don't
think I'm
they
gonna.
don't sell they
This is
don't
not
sell
gonna
nothing
ruin my
strong enough
day.
for what you need today, Dante. They don't sell nothing strong
Yeah.
enough at the dispensary. Hit my phone. I got a
This is.
cousin over that way. I got you.
I don't think this should be anything that should ruin Bears fans' day because at the end of the day, all that matters is winning. And to Bang's point, because Bang was correct in saying that the Bears have learned from their mistakes. There has not been. I don't know how many number one picks I can say that honestly going to come into the NFL with two number one receivers, a
Man.
1,000-yard rusher, and a fucking top 15 tight end. When does that happen? That has not happened in probably a while. And on top of that, you have a top 12, top 11, I want to say, total defense is what the Bears were toward the end of last season. That's the Bears have learned tremendously. And I will give Ryan Poles credit. He made sure that whoever is coming to quarterback, I'm assuming Caleb Williams, will have the opportunity to straight up win. That being said, Caleb Williams, because I'm assuming it's him, I don't know how many number one picks will have that much pressure. And I'm not talking about the fact that he's coming to a quarterback star franchise like the Chicago Bears, a quarterback star of city. The fact that but Jay Cutler is sitting on the top of Bears records and everything quarterback related, and he was middle of the road ass. And so that's how starved the Bears are. They're just searching for some hope from the quarterback position. That's tough. But then you're going to have to deal with the fact that this is not your typical number one team. It's not often that a 7-10 team, or would be in the past 6-10 team, would get the number one pick because there's typically that 3 and something, that 3-13, that 2-14. But the fact that the Bears are in this position are going to make it so much harder on Caleb. That being said, I don't think the pressure is what's going to get to him. I have to know, can he deal with the NFL, the speed of it, the reaction of it? That'll come, but he's just going to have a rough road.
Oh,
But with
now,
Bears,
Joe,
wait,
the pressure that this kid got on him,
it's nuts.
just it's immense, fam. This
Nuts.
this is where I disagree with you. This is the most pressure a number one pick at the quarterback position, the number one pick will ever have. Ever.
I can agree with that.
Like ever.
I just
Because
I didn't want to step the boundary.
no, fuck that. Let's hit the boundary, G. This is not even because of the team that he's coming to, because everybody's acting like the Bears was 3-14. This is the most pressure because the fan base loves the quarterback that you're trading, and he's still young enough to improve. Now, Justin,
Joe Montana too.
yeah, Justin. Now, Justin is going to come into the Pittsburgh Steelers organization as QB2. He's not starting. He's backing up, and I can already tell y'all right now that Mike Tomlin is going to give him every chance to succeed. He's not going to jump off of Russell Wilson that quick. So I'm already looking at the Bears like, yo, that's a 6th-round pick next year unless Russell gets hurt. But we keep saying Mike Tomlin. Hey, y'all, Mike Tomlin coaches defense. He don't coach offense. And last time I checked, he's had huff-ass dudes as the offensive coordinator for quite some time. Now, Arthur Smith was a hell of a decent offensive coordinator at Tennessee. He was ass in Atlanta, so now he's back in the OC position. So I do have hope, because if he didn't get fired, I was hoping that the Bears would trade him to Atlanta because Arthur Smith can use somebody like him. But it still has to be done in that organization. And right now, all they got is really, from a wide receiver standpoint, George Pickens, and then they got 2 hella decent running backs. Offensive line is still shaky too. So, and then you also got to think about Russell Wilson. How much is Russell Wilson actually going to teach Justin Fields when Russell is out here trying to get him another contract too? So it's a lot of questions on the Justin side as well in Pittsburgh.
Which is what Damian says here in the chat. He says, I'm crying at Justin Fields under on the Russell Wilson. First of all, I just want to say, because I love my brother to death. There's nobody on this earth I love more than my brother. Anybody else, I would have cut off this goddamn show for slandering my good God-given name on this platform. And number 2, my brother's also full of shit because nobody likes being right more than me, like him. If he was right about
okay, hold on.
Exactly.
That is true. I love being more than I love being right more than I love living. It is an incredible feeling.
Exactly.
But
Exactly. So you
because
should know
I
how I
can
feel.
because I can relate to them, I'm not going to like step on the grave, so to speak.
No, I'm
But
stepping on graves, and it's not. And like I just say this, it's not all Bears fans. I said this on the show a couple days ago. I don't have a beef with Bears fans. I have a beef with Bears Twitter. I'm not gonna put the 5%
Oh my
assholes
God, you got a
on
beef
this.
with people that got
But
250
you
Twitter
goddamn right,
followers
man.
or
You
less.
goddamn right, niggas.
Stop having beefs with people that
No,
if they tweet, only people that like don't nobody see the shit.
it's
Half of their
nothing.
followers are bots.
Y'all don't see the shit that be in my mentions on the fucking daily. Okay.
Fuck them.
also,
Uh,
and to speak on what Dante said, that nigga Russ ain't get another contract. He's 35. That shit's over. This is the end of the road for him. And he's just I can't see most people doing what Tom Brady did. What was he, 45, 46?
yeah, he's in
That
the
Yeah,
40s.
hell no, they ain't. But
yeah,
obviously, that was his goal when he went to damn Denver.
that nigga ain't getting another contract. That's
I,
streets are done. Streets are done for him. He's 35. He's gonna turn 36 towards the beginning of the season. This
And
is I don't know how many years did they get for the contract for him,
so
or
that's the dude. So
1 year.
that
1 year.
Russell Wilson is going to be the person that teaches Justin Fields how to be QB1.
You feel me? Yeah, my Hollywood Rock era.
I
Yeah,
don't,
I'm about to.
I see why not though? Is it because is it if he was 30 years old, I would say hell no, he ain't doing that because he wants to continue to be the starter, get another
He
contract.
just said on the pivot he want to
No,
win two more Super Bowls
Of
he's
the
course,
ego,
next
man.
2 years.
Bro,
but does he think
He's
he's
driven
going to
by his
actually
ego
get
though.
that? Does
He's
he
driven
think?
by
I
his
know he
ego
has
though.
an ego
can
for
I say?
sure.
I want to say this. I want first of all, I want to read Justin Fields' goodbye to
Oh,
Chicago
you got a
Bears fans.
statement.
By the way, niggas is definitely gonna have to get over this because a lot of Bears players already tweeted.
Business as usual. But
Business is
business
no,
is
business is
business.
business according to DJ Moore. Tevin Jenkins put out the crying video he got of of a kid crying. Justin Jones, me and Herb's favorite player,
Man,
Justin
fuck dude.
Jones.
Don't even you ain't gotta say shit.
No,
Go to
that's
another player.
damn, bro. I wish you had a fair shake over there. Cheers to new beginnings. Khalil Herbert just put like the little melting face emoji. But Justin Fields tweeted this. Can't say thank you enough to the city of Chicago for taking me in and embracing me. Thank you to the entire Bears organization and ownership for allowing me the opportunity to be part of such a historic franchise. But most of all, thank you to all my brothers that I played with. Y'all were the reason I attacked each day the way I did. I can't thank you all enough for what y'all have meant to me over these last 3 years through all the ups and downs. I wish each and every one of you nothing but success, ready for this next chapter. That was an amazing press release put together by David Mulgeta. I know press release words. No, all bullshit aside. No, but I say this, man. Like as I keep saying, am I in my Hollywood Rock era, as my man said over in the chat? Yes. But see, it's like this, bro. I have no shame because I want to win. You're like, it comes. I don't give a fuck who it is at quarterback. It has nothing to do with fucking Caleb Williams. And I've said on this platform for months now, did I have question marks about Caleb Williams? 100%. I watched all them goddamn USC games. That fucking Notre Dame game still stuck in my goddamn head. Yes, there's problems. Do I feel like, the Patrick Mahomes shit is crazy? Yeah, it is. I've said multiple times the only generational player in this draft, in my eyes, is Marvin Harrison Jr.
No.
But what made me move over to this side is we've said this on 79th and Howlers. I've said this on it. I can live with Justin going to Pittsburgh and being the guy that we all think he can be. I can't live with Caleb Williams going somewhere else and just lighting shit up. We all have our different opinions of what you can and what you can't deal with. Me as a fan, I can't do that. I still wake up with cold sweats looking at Patrick Mahomes play. You know what I'm saying? Like I still do the same thing. And Freaky Sean before he got hurt and before he found out he was whatever.
Nasty man.
Yeah, nasty man. Same shit. So I just
Facts.
personally can't do this. So this has nothing
Facts.
to do with Justin Fields, the player, man. But it also comes with what we see. I've said this many times. Justin Fields was shitty. Like he came into an absolute fucked up scenario from the jump. We all remember that debut game of his in Cleveland 3 years ago when he got fucking 3D through the table 9 times by Myles Garrett and that Browns defense. You brought him in with the lame duck front office, lame duck coach that was about to get fired. You come in and Ryan Poles, this just wasn't his guy. And I don't think that he did enough. And we all know, we said this at the beginning of the season that he would have to be spectacular to be able to pass off of this. It's just that fucking simple, man. And then you add the financial aspect to it. This was always gonna happen. And I know my brother was just talking shit. He doesn't really think I think I'm better than people. No, that's not the fact. I'm not trying to say just because I'm in the media that I'm like this all bearing almighty force. No, I'm just saying this ain't got nothing to do with me. This has something to do with other media members. Let them do their job. And this is not something that it's new to this thing. And this is not something that's just specific to Bears fans. You see this across sports leagues. Fans get mad when the media tell them things they don't want to fucking hear. It's just that damn simple. Like Joe, we said on the show, how many Bears fans don't like Brad Biggs and Dan Weeder? A lot of them. They don't do nothing but do their job. They don't do nothing but do their job, dog. So that was what my beef was. It has nothing to do with Justin Fields. I wish Justin the best, and I understand the sadness from Bears fans, but there's also some joy here. And I know that thing's not gonna last long because I know Chicago sports fans. I was more depressed than I could put into words when Mitchell Trubisky got drafted in 2017. But you know what happened? I got over it, and we all rooted behind Mitchell Trubisky to do better.
There are some fans who still think there's a good player in him.
Exactly.
Which is nuts.
Exactly.
Because
there's still
it's
some
not.
fans who think that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So everybody go through the motions, and they'll get over it, and we all gonna get behind Caleb as one big happy family. The Civil War is over. The North and the South are done beefing. What was that in Romeo and Juliet? The Capulets and who's the other niggas? I don't know. I ain't paying much attention to class. But them niggas, the war is over. The Bloods, the Crips, and that's just really what it comes down to, man. So I hope that Justin does his thing. But I want Bears fans to eventually, when they get through their feelings, to look at the positives here. Is there going to be an immense pressure on Caleb Williams? 100%. I don't think you're going to. I can't even remember a player coming into this with that much pressure, like in football. You know, last year there was an immense amount of pressure for Victor Wembanyama, but even then he was coming to a god-awful San Antonio Spurs team who has, 13 wins as we speak today. This is a team that's ready now. You got two number one receivers. You got a 1,000-yard running back. You got a defense that emerged and got even better at the end of the year. You got an offensive line that's growing. You got two great tight ends. You've got everything you need to succeed. Are there going to be ungodly expectations? Can he start out slow? Am I even telling the fan base to be reasonable? No, I'm not telling y'all to be reasonable at all. You know, he will fuck up. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. He's going to fuck up. Even if he comes out and he's just scorched earth, fucking everything up, going crazy, defenses adjust. Look at film. He's gonna they're gonna figure out which ways that they can stop him. He's a big home run hitter. He's gonna have to learn how to take the single or the double, hit a couple runs in. He's gonna have to learn how to do that. But my whole thing is this is just an opportunity you just could not pass up. And it's more about the situation more than it is Justin Fields. If the Bears had the 4th or 5th pick, this wouldn't even be a fucking discussion.
And it's easier. And Scott, it's easier to say it just like this. If Justin Fields played well enough, then this wouldn't be a discussion.
Exactly.
He didn't play well enough down the stretch throughout the rest of his season. Get the fuck out of here.
That was a crazy comment.
Get the fuck out of here.
What the fuck was that?
Out of you. Smack
what the fuck was that?
Caleb is black. All right, man.
Yeah, that's a crazy comment.
But you see, like that's what Bears Twitter is and Bears fan base is. But listen, if we can all say Justin wasn't given a fair shot, and we can all say that Justin didn't elevate enough, to the point where he didn't make it difficult for the Bears to not take a quarterback at pick 1-1. Like, it just is what it is. Like, you reset it, and you're probably going with the better quarterback. Like, it is what it is. Like, we also have to remember Caleb Williams is not somebody who hasn't shied away from competition or shied away from being in tough situations. He was behind Spencer Rattler, who was considered the number one quarterback in that class. And he stepped in right away in a big rivalry game, and he showed out. And he took that job back, and he never gave it. And then he went to USC, and he put up a crazy, ridiculous season, and he won a Heisman. Like, we have to be honest with ourselves. The Bears have never selected a quarterback ever at pick number 1 in the first round. Like, never. This is our chance. This is our chance to swing at something. We are getting what is being labeled as, what is being scouted as, what is being discussed as the number 1 quarterback prospect in this class and of the last couple years. So you know what? it is fucked up for Justin, and I'm a Justin fan. We all are Justin fans. We all root for him in some aspect, but I want what's best for the Bears as well too.
Yep.
And if Caleb Williams is that, then like let's ride. Like let's be honest. Like we're not going into this season talking about okay, who is Caleb throwing to? He's throwing to He's throwing to Keenan Allen. He's throwing to DJ Moore, Cole
Yeah.
Kmet, Gerald Everett, DeAndre Swift. You got Roshan back there. Herbert might be the odd man out, but you have enough there. Really, you have a lot there. You probably add
A
another
lot.
wide receiver. You have a lot, like a legitimate. We're talking about when are we? When have we ever said that the Bears have a top 10
That's facts.
wide receiver duo? And now we're gonna give a number one overall quarterback that to work with in year one, and the possibility of maybe adding a Roma Dunze or a Malik Neighbors at number 9 if somebody slides, which there's talks that they may. Like this is gearing up to be some fucking Madden
Light
franchise
show.
shit. You know what
Light
I'm
show.
saying? So
Light
we got
show
nothing.
exposure.
Hey, you know what? And kudos to Pose. He got lucky. I'll say that. He got lucky on this, but he's taking his swing on his guy, and let's hope that his guy ends up being that dude because the defense looks ready. The
Mikey,
offense is gonna be there.
can I quote our guy, White Sox legendary manager, Mr. Isaac Guillen said after the AJ Przinsky game, sometimes better to be lucky than it is to be good.
Hey,
I do want to say, Scott, that your point about I'd rather draft him and he didn't work out than Justin Fields did. That's so fucking true.
Yeah.
And that's the main reason why I said get Caleb. Because if Justin, let's say, goes to the Steelers, Russell Wilson gets injured or plays terrible, he steps up, leads them to the playoffs, gets better. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But if it was reversed, the Bears kept Justin, Caleb went to another team, and you have another Mahomes situations, you can't live with yourself. I couldn't live with myself as a fan. And then this year is just the year that it has to happen. Last year, like with CJ Stroud, I'm a Buckeye. I watch him all the time. I was like, man, he ain't better than Bryce Young. Bryce Young was the best quarterback prospect the entire year. Now, I will say CJ did maul Georgia, killed them. They lost, but he still killed them on the field. But you didn't see that coming. Caleb is such the clear number one that you just can't pass it up. And I have the hope that the players are locked up long enough that even if Caleb doesn't work out, they're young enough that it doesn't work out in, let's say, 2 or 3 years, you have questions, the window still might be open enough where you can get someone else. So I won't feel as bad. I just think it's the smart move. It's the correct move. It's going to suck, but you want to win. And when the Bears win, you will not care about this. You will sit there and say, oh, yeah, man, yeah, Justin was cool. Anyway, and that's just what it is. So I wish him the best, but I have waited for 33 years for the Bears to be a competent franchise. And right now, the Bears are going back-to-back years with number one pick, which is just insane. And you just can't waste the opportunity. And if this is that moment, I will remember this for the rest of my life. I remember that, wow, this was the day shit changed for real. The Bears are not, well, it's just the Bears. The Bears are legit. And then you got Caleb coming into an insane situation. I literally, correct me if I'm wrong, cannot remember a situation where a number one pick, the quarterback, is coming to a situation
The
where
only one
he
that's even
has.
remotely close and is still far off is Andrew Luck basically took Peyton Manning's team just without Peyton Manning. They went to the AFC Championship game his rookie year, if I'm not mistaken. That's probably the only. Besides that, I can't.
And that's why I said why I said the last 5 number one picks at quarterback has not had what whoever is picked is going to come into. And Andrew Luck, who was considered a generational prospect,
For sure.
came into somewhat prosperity. It's just what happened was that prosperity was a little bit older and long in the tooth. So then they had to replace him, and the GM didn't do a good job at replacing him. Joe, to add on what you said, look, Ryan Poles did not draft Justin Fields.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna do it, and this is me talking to every last one of y'all that loves Justin Fields, I do too. If you were in this position, you're gonna go to the team. You're gonna go pick the person that you want or the one that was given to you. Yeah. If you pick the one that's given to you, that man has to be excellent.
Yeah.
He has to be here
Yeah.
in order for that to happen. And that just wasn't Justin. As
Facts.
much as I don't want Justin to go, but as I said yesterday, the Bears didn't do right by Justin. So I think Justin is in a better
Hey, can
situation
I say this real
for
quick?
him.
I just want to adjust this comment right here. The Colts were 1-15. Everyone 1-15 is Peyton's neck broke. I was talking about the roster. Okay, that's what I
Yeah.
was talking about. Like, come on
What
now.
year was that? What year was that?
It was 2011. I know he got drafted in 2012, so I think it was the 2011 season. But go ahead, man. My fault. And by the way, shout out to
Hold on,
13.
I'll be right back.
We got about 1,300 in the chat right now. But we gonna keep going as Flows and Bang come back in, man. But basically, man, to just wrap this up, my whole point to everybody is two things. One, let the media do their job. Two, once you get through the mourning process, and I promise you, you will get through the mourning process. There's always darkness before dawn. You're gonna wake up the
Body
next
ass
morning.
nigga.
Yeah, you're gonna wake up the next morning. You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna go on your little YouTube app. You're gonna go search box Caleb Williams highlights. You're gonna get excited. I promise you. That's
So
exactly
the receiving corps with the Colts was Reggie Wayne, Pierre Garcon, Austin Collie, and Dallas Clark. That's a good situation.
right.
But I don't
Exactly.
think it's as good as this. I don't know. I don't think it's as good as this.
No, it's
a
not
very
as good as this.
situation.
That's the only one that's even remotely close.
I said that's the only reason they had Orlovsky and Painter were the two quarterbacks that year. I think that's what I saw. So yeah, the team was 2-14, however it was, but that's a good roster, which is why they went better the next year. So that's probably the next closest comparison to what happened. So, but yeah, man, it's time to win, bro. It's time to win. Bear down fucking Bears, but that's all that matters. All that matters is winning. And hey, nigga, I'll fuck with you. That's it. Move on.
We will have 79th and Hollis tomorrow. We're going live tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Time as we'll do a more in-depth breakdown of this trade. We're going to have I'm Not Gonna Hold You, of course, be back on Monday. We'll give a more breakdown. Hopefully we can get Dante's actual thoughts into them staring into the Atlanta sky. Man, you got any closing arguments before we wrap this up?
Hey man, I wish Justin well. You know, I do hope that this is a good situation for him. The AFC North is already a beast. So he's going to be seeing greatness with whoever he plays, for the exception of Freaky Sean. Because Freaky Sean got to get his life together. Outside of that,
It's time to drink. That's all I care about.
I don't know.
I'm happy
Outside,
to drink.
I don't know what's going on. Outside of that, hey man, Caleb.
Shout out to Danny Gibson for getting the band.
Yeah. Outside of that, it's Caleb time, man.
Whatever.
Outside of that,
I just want to say this. We can. I just want to say this, man. Real quick. We can disagree with each other, but you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all be doing a lot. Chill the fuck out.
I don't even know what happened.
I didn't see it because I have a comments put. You don't have to call folks out their name because they.
Yeah, like, come on, dog.
Oh, that's what happened?
He said you ain't gonna smack shit or something like that or whatever. That's what he said.
Who I said I was gonna smack?
I don't know, but he must have been mad for something we said in the reel because he was talking about some shit we said in the reel, and then we
said we want to smack people.
Fuck dude. But yeah, as far as Justin goes, as far as Caleb goes, look, man, Caleb, hey, you about to walk into a situation that nobody is gonna walk into. You're gonna walk into a situation where the majority of the fans in this city is not gonna like you, especially the ones that look like you. So you got to win them over. If it was more pressure on any other quarterback, I would say their name. But just off of coming to an organization in the third biggest market in the city, the pressure is on you. The thing is I think the kid wants this pressure. If you heard him at the combine talk about how he wants to be iconic, well, sir, this is how you be iconic. It has never been a better situation for somebody to be iconic. You can eat for free out here in Chicago for the rest of your life if you have a hella decent rookie season. Good luck, whatever number you're going to be, because I heard you said that you ain't want to be number 13.
And I know the 85 Bills are rude. About 1,500 in the chat. Shout out to y'all. 1,500 in the chat. I know 85 Bears are rooting for that because I was in the elevator with Otis Wilson, and he said, and I quote, he said, "Man, I can't wait till they win something else. They can stop rolling my old ass out there."
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
I know there'll be a way to do that. But for me, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Barberchair Scott. Follow Flows at Flows Andolini. We will be live for 7 Night in Hallis tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central. Follow JR Bang at JR Bang. We'll be live on Monday, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern for I'm Not Gonna Hold You. We'll do a full breakdown, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We gonna see how this gonna go. We out of here.